Let's put our hands together and welcome our chief guest and keynote speaker for the day, Mr. Ramesh Aravind.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello. Thank you so much for the welcome dance and that cute video. Very overwhelming. Very humbling. Thanks again. Mr. Venkatesh Koravadi avare. Jyotis Matthew madam. Our ಹೆಸರು ಜ್ಯೋತಿಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ then Venkatesh told me it's not Jyoti, it is Jyotis, it's plural, so it's not a single light, it's multiple lights leading the school anta. So such a very sweet. When I entered, the first thing she said, I heard about all these wonderful things about the school, and she said, sir, it's all due to you, the faculty of teachers and those wonderful parents. She gracefully gave the entire credit to the teachers and parents. See, we've seen all these love triangles. I've been a part of so many love triangles. Namura Mandara Hove. Yeah? You have seen all that. And you've seen films like Anuraga Sangama, Karpura the Gombe. I have done so many love triangles. But I think the best love triangle will be between the student, teacher, and the parent. It's a love triangle which will be the most beautiful love triangle where all the three parties will be happy. Nobody needs to become a Tyagaraja like me. That's one thing I like. And Mr. Venkatesh, we were talking and he said, extracurricular activities, yenenide? Anta I asked him. He said, sir, we have swimming, we have this, we have that, everything, sir. But we don't call it extracurricular. We don't call it co-curricular. It is curriculum in the class, and we treat art and sports and all the skills as part of the syllabus, which I think is a fabulous way to look at education. And that's what we need. When I saw the annual report that madam gave now, what I liked about it, ma'am, Olympiad, as I know, I think some at least 30,000 best brains in the country will participate in that. And I just hear your school is in the top 10. That's amazing. And every time she mentions, if you notice it, the entire speech, it was about being the best in the world. It was never about the local flavor at all. She is aiming so high. I think the whole philosophy of the school seems to be the best in whatever way they can. Congratulations. I like the entire philosophy of aiming so high. That's beautiful. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, you showed all the videos of your school. There was a Kannada day, then there was a Hindi day, then there was a French day. That's the beauty of it. Because these are the levels we go. First, all of us, it's about me. Okay? You survive. It's just about you. And then your parents come in. That's on the second level. Or your family comes in. You want to protect them. And then you go to the next level. You think of the society. Okay? You go to a multiplex. It's decency that you switch off the phone. Or when you go on the road, you maintain one lane so that the others don't get disturbed. You think higher. And then you go higher. You think of the nation. And then you think of the world. And finally, you become what we Kannadigas call Vishwa Manava, the world citizen. And that is the beauty of any education. Use that, you cross all these levels and go higher and higher and higher and have such a broad view of everything that's happening. I think that's what Treamis is aiming at. Congrats to all of you and more power to all of you. And they told about all the films I did. Yes, an actor's job. In Amritavashini, I was the killer. In the recent Shivaji Suratkal, I am the detective who is going to find the killer. So the whole job is about wearing somebody else's shoes and seeing the world through them. That I do quite often. That comes into my nature. But right now, it's so easy for me to fit into your shoe. Because I have been there, Ray. I have been there. Me and my wife, we used to go like this to all these school functions. We used to sit there and waiting for my child to come and dance on this stage. Okay? And then some dance is happening. That's okay. Where's my kid? When is she coming? And we are waiting. And then her portion comes. And there are 60 people there, and you're trying to find out where the hell is my daughter. And she's there somewhere in the back, wearing a glass, missing all the steps. And suddenly your eyes zooms into one kid. The others are all out of focus. And you're so glad that your kid is doing something on stage. Such a beautiful moment. I've been there. I've been there. I've been in your shoe. I know how it feels. I know how it feels. So see your kid here, do something. How bad, how wrong the steps are. It doesn't matter at all. Madam was so correct in saying, it's not about perfection. It's about just expressing yourself happily. I was shooting for this film called Soundarya. We were shooting in Europe, Switzerland, Jungfrau, the top of Europe. Okay, there's the highest peak in Europe. Completely snow-clad mountains, white all over. It's one of the most beautiful sights I've seen. Okay, I thought, wow, what a fantastic visual. I must capture this. So I take my camera. I'm about to click the most beautiful frame in the world, and suddenly, one little kid came into the frame laughing. I click, and there's a laughing kid in the foreground. Okay. And then I still have the film, the frame. I show it to people. And the first thing they ask is, wow, what a cute kid. Who's this? I thought the most beautiful sight in the world was Jungfrau. No. The most beautiful sight is a happy kid. The happy kid is the most beautiful sight in the world. There is nothing which can match the smile on a kid's face. So that is the ultimate thing. Beyond all this, they showed the Weekend with Ramesh, okay? I've seen 100 greatest achievers of Karnataka sit on that chair. I've been a part of all these successful stories, I've heard it. And many people think someone is happy because they are successful. Oh yeah, he's successful, man, that's why he's happy. Actually, the truth is reverse. You're successful because you are happy. If you're happy, you will be successful because happiness is the ultimate success. Now, let me tell you a couple of things, a couple of short stories in my own life, which I observed in my kids, which may help you. There is no lesson to be learned, it's just an observation which I saw in my kids as a parent and which I learned from, which helped me in my life. I just want to share a couple of things. The first thing happened when my son Arjun, he was about, say, 4.5, 5 years old. We've gone to Manchester in UK. And those days, India still didn't have malls. We had not seen malls and all these big places. We had not seen it at all. I'm looking at this beautiful mall. It was circular in shape, exactly like the PVR Forum now. But Manchester had it long back. It was circular, and we were wondering, wow, what a place, so many shops in the same place. Me, my wife, we are so happy at this, and this little boy is crying like crazy. He's creating a tantrum. And we're saying, what's wrong with this guy? Then my wife said, perhaps the shoelace is untied. Why don't you tie it? I get down to tie the shoelace, and I suddenly see the world at his height, and it is only adult legs. Only legs. He is not seeing the beauty of the mall because the adult heads are covering his viewpoint. Make sure that the adult heads don't cover your children's viewpoint. The second thing happened when Arjun grew up a little more. He was now 2 years older. I was doing 9 films a year. I was one of the busiest actors here. I was rushing between one shoot and the other. I was running down to a shoot in the evening for a night shoot. This boy has just come down from school. He's had his tiffin with his mom. All that is done. He's waiting there. He said, Dad, come, let's play carom. I had to rush to the shoot. I said, Arjun, yeah, okay. I got to go, beta. I got to shoot, okay? But I love you. And he said, I don't want you to love me, Dad. I want you to play carom with me. That's what it is. It's not telling I love you. Loving is not saying something. Loving is doing something they love. Loving is doing something they love. Not what I love, what my wife loves, what they love. That's something we miss. The third thing happened very recently. All of us had gone to somewhere near Madurai for a Kodaikanal and all that. We are coming back, crossing Chennai. We stopped in a restaurant for lunch, okay? We had this superb South Indian full meal, okay? Heavy meal. All of us have enjoyed ourselves. Full family, me, my brothers, their children, all of us have gone. We've had a really heavy meal at about 1:30 in the afternoon. We just start in the car, okay? A lot of people in the big van that we are going in. And one of the little kids says, we just had lunch, okay? 10 minutes we have traveled. And says, okay, mundugade undu coffee day ide, let's stop and have coffee. I said, we just had lunch, man. Why do you want coffee? One of the elders got angry. You know how it is in a car. Tempers really flare up. The children are saying something. The adult is saying something else. Everything was going in a wrong direction. I said, okay, shut up, guys. Just keep quiet. No arguments further. Then this guy is sulking all the time. The car goes for some more time. It's about 45 minutes, 1 hour now. And then one restaurant came and the older man says, okay, now if somebody wants to have coffee, we can have coffee. All of us get down. We're all going toward the restaurant. The little boy is running towards the rest room. He wanted to use the restroom. He couldn't say it. So he has said, I want to have coffee. Let's stop in coffee day. This is where the problem is. You think the child is saying something, but actually the child is trying to say something else. All the time you assume the exact words of the child to be what they mean, but there seems to be a subtext many times which they are not able to communicate straight because they are embarrassed, because out of respect, because they are not capable of it, or whatever. The communication goes wrong. You are understanding it the wrong way and things are going in the wrong direction. These are the three things which happened in my life, which I just want to leave it to you for your own thinking. And then demonetization happened. Okay? And suddenly we were all supposed to go into our bank accounts, study how much you have drawn, how much cash you have. All this was happening in the house. We were taking all our bank accounts. We were trying to find out who's doing what. And my son's account, we see suddenly this boy has drawn 1,152 on one day, 1,375 on the other day, and my wife went berserk. She got so angry, immediately called him and shouted at him. I said, what is this? You're a young boy going to college. Why do you need so much money? What is? I said, he is saying, Dad, I didn't draw that. Dad, I've been drawing 100 rupees, 150 rupees. Then what is this nonsense? See, we just jumped into conclusion. What had happened was, there was a printer alignment problem. That 1115 was actually the time of withdrawal, not the amount. He has drawn 100 rupees at 11 o'clock, 15 minutes. We assumed it is 1,115. We jump into a conclusion, the kid is wrong. The child is wrong. The daughter is wrong. The son is wrong. Because we are taller, because we are older, we assume we are right. Need not be. It was such an enlightening thing for us to realize that perhaps we are wrong. Sometimes, not always. These are the kind of sudden lessons that you learn from life which enlighten you. And more problem seems to be, my wife, when my son takes a bike and goes, the first thing which comes into her mind is, he will meet with an accident. I said, why the hell? Why the hell do you think negative? Perhaps he's going there. Perhaps he has some nice friend who's going to sit behind. They're going on a big drive. The wind is on his face. They're perhaps singing a song. Why don't you have a positive vision at all? Why do we think the worst possible scenario when your daughter goes out or a son goes out? Why can't it be a normal, happy conversation there happening between friends? That's the problem we realized we had. So what I'm trying to tell is that many times the problems that we seem to have are imaginary. Many of them are imagined in our minds. The children are so beautiful. They know so much. They are so sorted. I'll tell you something. When I got a doctorate last year, there was a WhatsApp group in my own family. All of us have a WhatsApp group, right? So when I got a doctorate, I put it on the group. My sister was in Muscat. My brother was in US with his son. My other brother was in Richmond town. All three of them sent the same message which says, Dad would have been proud. Ultimately, that is what all of us want. We want our parents to be proud of us. All of us want our parents to be proud of us. That's exactly the same feeling kids have. These kids want to make all of you proud. I can assure you that from the bottom of my heart. Never suspect this one thing. They are trying so hard in whatever capacity they can, in that small understanding, to make each one of you proud. Everything that they do, everything they are trying, ultimately, I can assure you that they are trying to make you proud, and that will happen ultimately. See, it's like, it's all work in progress. I'm work in progress. I am not perfect. All of us are work in progress. They are work in progress too. So it is two works in progress trying to collaborate to make something beautiful. It's going to happen in such a beautiful way. I can assure you that the most beautiful thing, the most, rewarding thing in my life and in all our lives is seeing these beautiful children grow up, blossom into wonderful adults. And that's what's happening today. And Treamis School is such a big part of this journey. Wonderful meeting you all. Lovely meeting you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.